My husband got a paternity test because the baby came out with darker skin than me. I hope he doesn't find out my secret.
So there's, we read lots of crazy titles on the show. We have lots of crazy stories. This one is one I don't even know what to say. I just have to hear the story.
Babies are like Crayola colors, Sometimes you think you're buying one pack. And you might get a different set of Crayola colors.
I'm going to be honest. I am completely lost in the sauce of this analogy.
Jeans, bro. Jeans. Kid, sometimes you think you're getting a baby with 2 legs.
Okay.
It comes out with 3. Sometimes you're getting, one baby, you get 2.
You think you're getting magenta Crayola and you're getting seafoam.
Exactly. You just never, life is like a box of Crayola crayons. You never know what you're going to get. All right, here we go. My husband is 32. I am 27. We got married 2 years ago and have been together for 6 years. 1 year ago, I fell pregnant. Is that a thing that people say? Pregnant.
Tripped, fell, got popped in, and
just one
popped
day,
in, pop out.
We were just walking and then tripped. It slipped in. He came, and now here we come to this place. And we had our daughter a few months ago. Nice. Congrats, OP. However, he has been very weird during these months. One thing to note is I am mixed. Mm-hmm. My dad is white Spanish and my mom is dark-skinned Latina. I am more light-skinned. However, many of my family members are really dark, which is like a thing that happens. Right? Even my mom, when she was like in Australia, she looked completely different just based on like sun exposure. She had like really dark olive skin and now she's way more pale.
Yeah, I have... My partner's family has family members that are like, close to my skin tone.
Yeah. So there's a range of skin tones in any family. We're setting this up because the ridiculousness that ensues is ridiculous.
Yes.
So our daughter was born and she is somewhat darker than me and inherited our long black hair and sharp characteristics. What does sharp mean? Like
maybe
like
sharp, like jawline, nose.
Teeth. They just come out with fangs. My wife is having vampire children.
That's a very different story. You cheated on me with Edward.
I thought you were Team Jacob.
Small side note. I don't know have you seen the scene with the like baby in that movie?
No, I actually haven't watched.
You don't need to.
I watched one. I think I watched Twilight.
It's the baby is. It's not a baby. I don't even know.
Is it a demon baby?
They had first it was animatronic, and then it was so bad that they had to CGI over it, and the CGI is still terrible. So anyways,
why did they just get a real baby?
These are questions.
Maybe because it's a vampire baby, and those are pretty
rare, pretty hard to come by.
Yeah, especially like
that's a hard casting call.
Imagine that. Yeah, the shooting schedule from a vampire baby must have teeth, but if you get the vampire baby, you can only shoot nights. Like, come on. And then like that's when everyone else is sleeping. That's like
a production assistant nightmare.
She looks very much like my mom. Sometimes it skips a generation,
Exactly.
My husband has not been very kosher with this. He kept making jokes about infidelity, and I told him to stop. I'm just imagining him in like the delivery room, and it comes out, or like him making like I don't even an off-color joke.
Like, dang, babe. I won't even go there, but
yeah,
you guys can imagine.
You can imagine what this guy, this piece of poop would say. Then shit hit the fan when I was on a Zoom call a month ago. You never want a shit fan.
No, you don't.
I have a coworker who is Middle Eastern. He is the only other person of color in our department. He and I almost have no overlap. We don't work on a project together. We don't talk personally. This woman does not know this man in the slightest.
Who are you?
I don't know who you are, but I got to work with you, I guess. The only links we have is in this department group chat and one message between us almost 2 years ago with a concerned client, right? So basically, they are not connected, right? But my husband saw him on a Zoom call. He saw how my coworker laughed at one of my jokes.
Ooh.
Also, I love this parentheses. He wasn't the only one. It's like that joke was hella funny.
Yeah, I'm a comedian.
Yeah, it was actually, it was the writer's room for The Office.
Yeah.
And he immediately accused me of cheating. How dare you make another man laugh?
Bro.
How dare you?
This guy is just screwing up his entire life over this. It's ridiculous.
I know. Or like, if you're worried about your wife's infidelity, like at least do some background research before like saying like, you are being infidelis. Like look her up on public data check and see like, okay, is she legit? Does she have any skeletons in the closet?
Exactly. Like you can find people's real names, their address, relatives, and even criminal records.
Yeah, so if you have family, friends, a significant other, and you want to see if they be truthing or lying, go to publicdatacheck.com or check our link in bio.
Yep.
Back to the story. So I was honestly floored. He demanded to see my phone. And he demanded a paternity test.
Bro.
Yo. See, it's like one thing to say, like, let me see your phone, which is like one level of I don't trust you.
Yeah.
And then the paternity test, another level, just because the baby came out darker than you were expecting.
And the guy, and also the connection to the guy on the Zoom call. It's like,
yeah, I
bro.
love it. Like I think he was just already feeling super insecure.
Oh yeah.
And like he was just looking for a reason.
The like mental gymnastics of his insecurity is like mind-boggling.
You made a guy laugh.
Yeah. You're obviously sleeping with him.
Yeah.
That's what women do. Andrew Tate.
Okay, wait, actually, I was saving this. You remember when I said there was this fact that I wanted to share with you?
Yes.
Okay, this is crazy. This is absolutely crazy. So there's this podcast, Andrew Huberman. We were listening to it, Ariana and I. Apparently, 50% of men cheat in relationships and 25% of women cheat in relationships.
Of all relationships.
All relationships.
50% of men and 25% of women. Wow. That is crazy.
Insane. I'm just hoping it's like what my hope is there's 50% of marriages end in divorce. So I'm just hoping all the people that are cheating are getting divorced.
Right.
Which is probably not true.
Here's what's blowing my mind. Put those together, that's 75% of relationships have cheating.
No, because you could have overlap. You could have 25%.
You're right.
They could be cheating on
I
each
ain't a
other.
statistician, okay? I have a podcast
a math
reading
guy,
silly stories.
We don't know.
I'm sorry.
But dude, insane, right?
That is crazy.
Okay, but what's more insane is this freaking story, right?
Yes, it is.
So he demanded a paternity test, and they got in this huge fight, and then he left. Right? This is OP. I tried calling. His friend answered. He said that my husband would only be willing to talk one condition. Once I had put in the work to build up trust and do a paternity test.
What about the trust of you not assuming one person, your wife makes a coworker laugh and they have a child with your wife?
Yeah, come on. It's
what
ridiculous.
About that trust?
Yeah, dude, you've thrown trust out the window when one, you went through her phone, and two, you asked for a paternity test. So don't you be talking about trust. How about you just maybe don't trust your sense of either genetic knowledge. Definitely don't trust that. Don't trust your humor. Funny bone, because
clearly doesn't have
one. Can't take a joke, and also can't take it if his wife's making a joke. The only thing you should be laughing at is your sorry excuse for a life, because your life is about to go freaking downhill fast, because wait until you see what's next. This friend, was talking on behalf of the husband. The friend said he will only be available for questions regarding the paternity test. It's like this friend is the lawyer.
Truly. And who wants to do that?
Speaking on behalf of my clients, and he will only talk to you when these records and measures are taken into account.
And I would never want to be that who would want to be that person?
Who signs up for that?
No.
Also, how
pay me $1,000 an hour. Pay me the lawyer rate.
Yeah. So if I ever want you to be my liaison, $1,000 an hour. What, you for friends and family discount?
Yeah, exactly.
Thanks.
$9.99.
Thanks,
we
John.
Gotta make it.
Taking a whole dollar off.
You're my best friend, so I had to. It's
I have to really throw it in.
It's the best friends discount. Friends discount. That's $9.99.50.
Okay, yeah. I get another extra 50% off.
Oh my gosh,
I'm getting 100% more than the other people off.
Exactly. You get it.
Thanks,
you
John.
Get it. I'm generous, obviously.
What
obvious.
a regular Rockefeller, as I say.
That's me, Warren Buffett over here.
I was honestly so mad and was done. I wanted nothing to do with this fool anymore. Honestly, at this point, I did the test mainly so he couldn't dispute the paternity, because once again, I effing knew this clown was the father.
Yeah, I get that.
And John, this is something we've said many a time on the show.
$1 million? times on this show.
A million effing times. What have we said, John?
We have said, if there's an issue, it has to have happened earlier.
How do you get 6 years, 6 freaking years, like a presidential cycle and a half, right?
Yes.
And you don't freaking know who your partner is and the skeletons in their closet and how they're just like scumbags. Like, how does this not come up earlier?
I vote you get a new partner.
Oh, yeah.
The electorate has spoken. The electorate is
While
me.
we're doing
It's a
presidential
rigged
memes.
system.
Yeah.
I am a
Yeah,
dictator.
there's gerrymandering all
Dump
over this
him.
bitch.
Yes.
Dump his ass. The results came in. And he's the father.
Hey, yo. That's right.
The same day I told him I wanted to separate. Doing a 1-2.
Wow.
Hey, you're the dad, and but not the husband. Woo. He started crying and begging, and not in the sexy way. He apologized for how he went about it. I told him I needed time. I needed space. I needed to get away from this sack of shit.
Actually.
He said he would set up a session with a counselor. I told him, okay, but like a counselor is going to solve this.
Yeah, for real.
I mean, maybe. I guess that's what they're here for, but.
There could be some resolution, but I don't know.
I feel like there's been enough trust breached at this point that she deserves an out.
Yes.
Now, I'm sitting here. I honestly don't think I can find it in my heart to forgive him. It's one thing to ask for a test, right? Which is true. Asking for a test, one thing.
Yes.
It's another thing for him to treat me like lying scum. Fuck you, Stefan.
Ooh-wee.
And it's a weird spelling of Stefan, so there's not that many. It's Steffen.
OKOP, find him.
Fine, Stefan. Hey, and Stefan's in the
Stefan.
chat. Is this you, Stefan?
Yeah.
Steffen?
We got a message for you. You
Stop
suck.
effing around, baby. Stefan with 2 effins.
That's right. Yeah, because he fucked around and he found out.
Yeah, he
those
did.
are those 2 F's are from.
He did, baby. But guess what, John?
What?
There is an update. I did end up going to several sessions with my ex. But honestly, his actions have killed the love I had for him, especially because he was kind of sorry, but he kept making excuses. He was like saying a bunch of BS that my alarm bells are sounding off. And guess what? Did some digging, did some sleuthing.
Uh-oh. What do we find?
She found on several forums he was active on, and he was being sexist, racist, and homophobic.
See?
The
like
3
we
horsemen
said,
of the apocalypse.
Like we said, there has to have been this doesn't just come out of nowhere.
I know, like I can't imagine he hasn't made off-color jokes before this point. It's like off-color jokes don't start when the baby pops out.
Exactly.
Right? You're
exactly.
just like OP. You must have been ignoring stuff.
Rose-colored glasses, probably.
Yeah,
it's like,
yeah.
oh, love this person. Da, 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 da. It's like the same thing. Like in every episode of Catfish, it's like, no, I've never seen them, but it's like you've been in a relationship for 3 years and never seen them.
Does that not look a little suspicious?
Love makes us do crazy things, I guess.
That it does. He had posted about our situation in a forum that was very insully, very Andrew Tatey. He referred to me in derogatory terms, and people were telling him that I had roast beef, which I didn't. I don't know. What is that, John?
Roast beef is, I think, between the legs, what a woman has. So,
okay.
And
he was just stability, but I was looking for Chadcock. That's so incelly. So bad, bro.
Oh, man.
Oh, my God. This made me sick to my stomach. I took screenshots and printed everything out. I got screen grabs, too. And she basically collected all. I'm imagining it's all collected in a manila folder.
Yeah.
And she's like, it's like top secret. And she's about to slap this on the desk.
Receipts!
Yeah. I called our counselor, told them I was done. Thank you for the service, but I am going to get a divorce. I met up with him. He was staying at a friend's place when I was home. I got the information through his gaming PC. When we met up at his parents' house, I threw that folder to his feet and told him, I'm effing done, babe.
Boom.
I'm done. You think I want your shit and no more? No more. Cue the crying and the begging. Again, not the sexy kind. I told him, no, this makes me sick. He told me he was weak. You're weak to this day, sir. I don't want a piece of that weak ass. And I said that was true. Damn. He didn't want to let me go, and my mother-in-law had to intervene. Honest to God, that woman never took much of a liking to me, but she really did shine through in that moment.
There we go.
She screamed at him. He didn't say anything. She screamed at him, and when she saw the folder, she told him that this was not the behavior of a strong father. She told him he was nothing but a coward.
Bro.
And dead to her.
Stepmom going off.
Yo, you see the stepmoms are evil. Or not,
Wait,
sorry, mother-in-law.
Mother-in-law.
Yeah. Say it again.
Mother-in-law going off over here. Like,
yeah, dude. Usually the mother-in-laws are crap, but like this one really showed up.
At least for this.
At least for
this part.
Yeah. My ex just stood up and screamed. He didn't say anything, just like a horror movie scream, and he punched a drywall and broke a hole into it and left.
The biggest, like,
so mature.
Like, yeah, like tell me you haven't matured past 7 without telling me.
Yeah, like I'm just imagining a banshee scream, like and
like nobody does that unless you're crazy, like this guy.
Or like if you're Andy in The Office. You ever see the hole punch?
But he needed anger management.
He did.
See,
yo, OP, you need some. OP's husband needs some anger management. My mother-in-law was consoling me. She told me she was so sorry, and even though she personally does not like me, she respects me and appreciates everything I have done. I love how like the mother-in-law still has to be the mother-in-law even when she's consoling. She's like, honey, you don't need this. I'm so sorry you have to deal with this. I never fucking liked you.
I don't like you or anything. But
I don't like you.
That doesn't mean I want this to happen.
Yeah. That doesn't mean, yeah, exactly.
Kept it a buck.
Oh, we hashed out a plan. I want my daughter to have her father in her life, but with him being basically a bigot, we decided that I would go for full custody. So mother-in-law is helping OP get full custody.
Crazy. From her own son.
I know, that's kind of
wild.
Crazy. And would allow visitation rights if my mother-in-law was present and only at her house. So she still gets to see the kid.
That's like, honestly, that's great.
That's a great outcome. It's a great outcome. But I see where the mother-in-law's coming from. It's like, okay, I still want to see my grandchild.
Yeah.
And only at my house.
Which is fine. Honestly, like she gets what she wants, and it's a better situation for the baby.
Exactly. Right now we're dealing with the divorce process that he is contesting. Can you contest divorce?
You can try. Like, you can sue anybody, but does that mean you're going to win? No.
What he is not contesting is custody. He seemingly does not want it and has been not involved with our daughter at all. He has texted me that if I don't take him back, he would not want custody. My mother-in-law has been an angel. She's been helping out when my family can't, and it actually helped with the legal proceedings by telling her son to not be an ass and giving testimonials. My ex has refused to pay any child support, but my mother-in-law has actually taken that over.
Wow.
It's been really difficult. I have no social life, and I'm very sleep deprived, but at least I'm happier than I was in my shit marriage.
My closing thought here is like, I love how he's like, hey, I want to get back together, but if we don't, then I don't
want that kid.
I don't want the daughter. It's like, bro, what's the worst thing you could say to make her not want to get back with you? Maybe that's like, there's probably something worse.
I know. Well,
that's pretty
just
damn
shows
bad.
that like he's even with the paternity test, like he probably still doesn't believe the daughter is his. Which
insane.
Is like gymnastic levels of
delusion.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
There we go. That's what
I got you.
For. Thanks, baby.
If you like this story, check out this one where the father demands a paternity test right here or link in the description.